Briscoe alongside Greg Olsen and Jason Myers has us set to get started. And we are underway in downtown Detroit. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
I'll tell you what, Mike, we have a blast every week doing this, but when we get our assignments and we see this guy on deck, it just gets a little bit more special. I mean, to witness firsthand one of the greatest, one of the most transcendent players of all time at the quarterback position, you just know when he's on the field, you're likely to witness something special. And needless to say, I think we're all pretty excited for this guy.
And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. A nice job there making that happen.
He'll complete it to Adams. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Here's first and 10. Here's Christian McCaffrey to get things started. And a very elusive run there. He winds up gaining about 9 yards. He's at the 40-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up second and 1. Ball on the 40 now. Here's second and 1. Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. Quick throw, taken in, and they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. That's a pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a first down. Kansas City.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
McCaffrey now on first and 10. He brought down inside the 25. Cameron Bynum up from the secondary to make the play.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
From the 24 now, here's second and 8. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
Play 8 of the opening drive coming up, and now they face third down. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He gets this complete, finding Adams. A pickup of 10, and it's going to set up first and goal.
Chiefs. First down. First and
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's second and goal.
Great job at that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. He's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Another shot at it from the 9. Second down and goal. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. That one taken in. Devontae terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Now the veteran Matt Prater for the extra point. He's got it, and the Chiefs will take a 7-0 lead.
Chiefs 7, Lions nothing.
So now, Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. Now return, coming from the 7. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard mark. So that Detroit offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be let out, Greg, by their rookie quarterback.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
And this play going nowhere. He is taken down behind the line of scrimmage on their first play of the game.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Now they'll set up to throw. Quick hitting slant there. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
He's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Chiefs offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive, so try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Looked like that might have been an RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like we might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
On 3rd down, Mahomes. This one batted in the air and intercepted. And he's going to be looking at a short field for the offense after the INT. Can't tie the game or even take the lead.
I would love to see his weapons do a better job, Mike, especially in the middle of the field, getting open in these zones. I just feel like there's been tight coverage, a lot of little windows to throw through, and yes, anytime you turn the ball over, it's on the quarterback, but the rest of this supporting unit needs to do a better job helping him.
The Lions offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They can get back into this quickly now. Very short field ahead. It is 1st and 10. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick slant caught by St. Brown. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 19-yard line.
2nd and 5. They'll look to throw. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there. Separated the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch, and now 4th down.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down. It's something these teams stress all week. There's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
Myers' kick is good. And the Lions are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So Myers back out there at the field goal a moment ago. Now set to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
At their own 28-yard line.
Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down. That's caught. Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the 1st quarter of play. The Chiefs have it here to start quarter number 2. We're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Mahomes back. Quick throw out wide. It's caught. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the 1st down.
They're going to work this down inside the 45. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. It's a gain of 7.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
Off the play fake. Mahomes. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's second down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Mahomes now to throw again. Quick throw here is complete. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
7-yard gain on the play.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
They'll empty out the backfield and line up for 3rd and 3. Open man, left side. He's got it. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a 1st down in this spot.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Right back to the air for Mahomes. They'll try to set up the screen to McCaffrey. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
Throwing again, it's Mahomes. This throw right side is caught by Adams. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup, and get a fresh set of downs.
Ball start, offense. Still 3rd down.
So, instead of 3rd and short, it's now 3rd and 6. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal. Tackle made at about the 5-yard line.
And on Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
On 2nd down, Mahomes. That's hauled in at the 2. To the goal line and in. Travis Kelce. Touchdown, KC. Prater on to attempt the extra point. He's got it. And the Chiefs extend their advantage to 14-3. So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
So his team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional, you become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
Back to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend that lead.
I think you chalk this one up like to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
This is not his home. This is a revelation. How to get it gone. To a man, baby, I don't understand, baby. To a building, make you feel like I can, baby. Teach you something, make you get correction. That's the plan, baby. Don't put your life in the real.
Up the middle, here's McCaffrey. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
A gain of 12 yards.
It's a gain of 12 there. And the Chiefs have a first down.
First down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
A gain of 11, and it's 1st and goal.
First down.
2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I back from Ford Field in Detroit. In a moment, 5 yards from the house, they've got it 1st and goal. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown, Kansas City. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Now Prater to tack on the extra point. He's got it. And the Chiefs move out to a 21-3 advantage.
Lions 3.
So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Lions offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. He'll set up to throw. It is caught left side by St. Brown. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
4 yards on the
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, his quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big.
He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. The Lions called their first time out, and they will have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down.
48-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Quick throw, taken in.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 49-yard line.
2nd and 7. Back to the air one more time. That's caught. It's the tight end drop down. And they will get the first down here and move into field goal range inside the 25.
That's good. 4 on Lions. First down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
What a luxury. There's certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
And a quick pass to the receiver heading right. And he will not be able to turn upfield. He'll drop him behind the line. On the handoff. This is Cook. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Drops for the loss of a yard.
The truth is, Mike, they just aren't getting the push they need up front. This defense has been a motivated group these last couple plays, and now for the 2nd straight time, they failed to even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. Here's a shot toward the end zone. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here. It's a touchdown. They'll take over at the 20-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. And apparently we'll forget about that for the moment and turn our attention to quarter number 3. Let's go. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. This taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Lions offense looking to get back to work as we begin this 3rd quarter. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. We'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. That's complete. It's Jalen Waddle. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far. That one gives him a first down.
And I think both of us came away from our discussions with the coaches thinking that this guy was going to have a massive role in this one, but after only his first catch of the game, let's give credit where it's due. This defense, man, they've held him in check throughout.
On 1st and 10, it's Cook. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run, there's no holes for the back to find, and all these zero or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots. The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Sanders headed in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. I think he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, we sit up here all the time. We try to break down why certain plays work or don't work. Well, this one's not real tricky. I mean, he just simply needs to catch the ball. I mean, that close to the 1st down chain, if he just catches that ball and turns upfield, they extend this drive. He's got to come over to the sideline, take a deep breath, tell his guys, hey, man, that's on me. And he's got to go out and make that next play because his team's going to need him to play better as the rest of this game continues.
It's a gain of 10 as they get the conversion on 4th down.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown. There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
He'll drop to throw. That's 3. 3rd time tonight he's been intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
There's really no other way to put it, Mike. This has just been a rough outing for the young rookie quarterback. And I think everyone understands going into these games, there's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be learning moments that these guys are going to gain that they can only gain through experience. The problem is, it's really hard to have positive learning experiences when you throw 3 picks. He's got to see the field better. He's got to anticipate better. And ultimately, he just needs to play better for his offense to have a chance.
Look at the 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by McCaffrey. Not much there, maybe a yard.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 20, here's 2nd down and 9. Throwing from the gun, here's Patrick. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, You have to find a way to come down with it.
On third down, Mahomes going up top. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is fourth down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game. Like, it just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. Truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere.
Roughing the kicker. Defense. Automatic first down.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. They run straight ahead with McCaffrey. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
7-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They go play action with Mahomes. The ball deflected at least a couple of times. And it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target.
8 yards to go.
And it's going to be 3rd down. They put Kelce in motion. This one just too far for the receiver out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
The Lions offense ready to take over once more. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line. So a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. It's a pass he didn't say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd and 10.
So the receiver does everything right, except for the most important part. He runs a nice route, great separation downfield, but now you just got to finish that thing off with a catch.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. He'll swing this one out to Cook. And a good push defensively. They're going to get him down back at the 10.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped. And that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. And the pressure too great. He's sacked in the end zone. That's a safety. So first the decision to throw down here backed up near your own goal line. And the defense gets to the quarterback, sacking him, Greg, in the end zone for a safety.
Mike, anytime you're willing to call a pass backed up this deep in your side of the field, you have to trust that your quarterback is going to have the clock in his head to get the ball out of his hand. In this case, he holds on to it too long. The defense is able to get to him in the end zone, and it results in the safety.
So after that safety, it is a free kick, and that comes from the 20. That is fielded at the 13. And he'll be taken down as the next drive will begin there.
Another great throw, and that's been the story as you check out these numbers. I mean, he has done everything this team has asked of him and more.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Chiefs.
They'll run with McCaffrey to start this drive. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Julian Love brings them down.
At the 32-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack.
So after picking up some positive yardage on first down, they end up going backwards on second. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There is nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
And there's a great example of the pressure altering the quarterback's plan. They need to continue to get him off his spot, continue to make him speed through those progressions. I think if they can continue to do that, they're going to find good success.
The Lions offense ready to get back to work. Remember, they had the safety go against them last time they had it. Fortunately, the defense forced the punt. They'll try again as they start on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. It's a pass he would say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd and 10.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, like sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
Quick throw here is complete. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
A gain of
17 yards on that play. Good for a Lions 1st down.
Oftentimes in the NFL, Mike, blitzing a good quarterback can kind of be feast or famine, because what you do is you actually speed up their process of identifying the open target. So in this case, it's an underneath safety outlet, but the reason he went there so fast is because he was triggered to that target from the blitz.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Now they'll set up to throw. Quick hitting slant there. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Lions are able to edge a bit closer.
23, Lions 10.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. From the 6, here comes a return. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. The Chiefs offense ready to see what they can do. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas. And that is incomplete. Brian Thomas, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up second down.
And this game almost just flipped completely on his head. You find yourself with a lead, just trying to milk the clock away in the fourth quarter, and that's a gift. I mean, that defender just flat out drops the ball, and if he's able to secure that takeaway, this game looks very different for this offense.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 16 yards.
Good work after the catch. They get 16 and a first down.
First down.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. Without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball. Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And not much there. Good defense held to no gain.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Oh, there's movement up front. That's going to make this third down a lot tougher. That flag on the guard, Quinn Miners. So after the 5 yards walk off, it is third down and 8. They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes now out of the gun here on third down. He'll take a shot here, back to the end zone. That is going to be all in. He's got it. Travis Kelsey. Touchdown, Chiefs. That his second touchdown tonight. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Here's the Chiefs and Mahomes lining up to add on 2 more.
The Chiefs will set up.
They'll look to throw.
Conversion.
This is caught. He's got it. And they tag 2 more onto their lead.
Lions 10.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
Matt Prater
So
set
now,
to kick
Prater,
off.
after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. Things not looking good. But see if we can get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Bowers, the man in motion. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Open man downfield. He's got his tight end, Bowers. A gain there of 21. First down, Detroit.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead. And the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Give them 12 on that one. They're on the march. Another first down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. He takes off. And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick. Picking up the first down.
Mike, this is great awareness by the quarterback manipulating the pocket. He feels the pressure coming on around him, but so often the soft spot is moving up in the pocket. That's exactly what he does. Takes off down the middle of the field, picks up good yardage, and a first down.
That's a short one. Caught by Bowers. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Brings up second.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
He's got his big tight end. Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Detroit.
And what a fitting end to this drive, Mike. It only makes sense that he's the one that gets the ball in the end zone after making a handful of clutch plays prior to the touchdown. That was just a textbook example of one guy taking over the game.
Now the point after drop from Myers. It's up and good. And the Lions are able to cut into the deficit.
Lions 17.
Somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn this TV off, turn this TV off. 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 Ain't no other king in this rap thing than siblings. Nothing but my children. What? They just
Even with 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning, they're going to try an onside kick.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
KC offense back out for this next drive. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on first down. And he'll be driven out of bounds, and that's a pickup of 8.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
In motion comes Thomas. Mahomes looking to throw on second down. He'll step up and run. And they'll take this down inside 35. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
I love this call, Mike. Second down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. And a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
Here's McCaffrey. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. Now, after the play, looks like we have an injury for one of the Chiefs. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They'll come up on a second down and 8. On play action, it's Mahomes. That's caught over the middle by Thomas. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. That's good.
And that was just a simple read that time. He knew his guy was going to come open in the middle of the field based on the look they gave. All he had to do was let the play develop and then deliver a strike to pick up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Mahomes back. He'll step up and run this. Fighting for the goal line. They're going to stop him just short, but he has picked up the first down. The defense uses its second timeout here. And don't forget, clock going to stop when we hit the 2-minute warning as well. Here's a chance to put this game away. First down and goal. McCaffrey. And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards. And 3rd and final timeout taken by the defense. So the 2-minute warning, the only clock stoppage they have left. From back at the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be McCaffrey. And this one ruined quickly. Take him back to the 5-yard line.
3-yard loss on the play. It's 3rd and goal.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, you've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, KC.
Touchdown, Kansas City.
That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
And now the referee looks like he has gotten word from replay. They're going to stop the game inside the last 2 minutes. All replays emanate from there.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So, take away the 6 points, and it's ruled an incomplete pass. The veteran Matt Prater now out to try this field goal.
22-yard attempt.
This, about as short as you can get. Prater's kick is good. And the Chiefs will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter.
17.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
So, Prater now, after the made field goal, back out to kick off. From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Lions offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
To Jerry Jeudy. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 35-yard line.
Come to the line now on 2nd and 2. He'll look to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up the 3rd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They bring their tight end right. Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. And the defense can't come up with a start there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
Well, they finally are able to convert on a 3rd down. And, Mike, when you look back at a box score, some of the biggest indications of how well the game went. Of course, you don't want to turn the ball over. How do you execute in the red zone? And then how are you on 3rd down? 3rd downs typically lead to long drives. Long drives tend to lead to points. A real complicated formula. Stay on the field. The more snaps, the more plays, the better.
Gabe took the intended target. It's 2nd down. Back to the air one more time. To the outside, he's got Waddle. Get about 6 before he's taken down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. progression to his check down. He ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. Sending it deep for Waddle. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play, and in the end, they come away with the victory.